Okay, what's up, YouTube? This is part 2 of my testimony. Believe it or not, it's 6:17 in the morning. I have not been to sleep, so excuse me for my occasional yawns. I just finally got up, prayed, did some singing, did some worshiping, and that's what I'm going straight back to. I was trying to do this video, right, the part 2, and I did it. And what ended up happening is, like I said, I always talk a lot. And it ended up being like, what, 46 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not about to put 46 minutes on y'all. I'm not even going, who's about to sit there? I'm not even going to sit there. So I'm going to give y'all the quicker rundown version of this real fast. And hopefully it's under 20 minutes, okay? Because it shouldn't even take somebody that long to talk, okay? But let's go ahead and get into this video. So, boom. I think we left off on the part where, if not, I tell my family, not my mom or dad, but more so my siblings, what I was going through, what I was experiencing. I knew it wasn't normal. I knew it wasn't right. I knew that it was time to get some sort of help or some type of move or change of environment. I don't know. So my sister came and she was like, hey, you gonna come with me? We didn't want to lose another sister. We had already lost a sister and our 3 nephews. We definitely did not want to lose. She definitely did not want to lose anybody else. So she came and got me, and that's when I moved to Texas. Now, if I'm trying to change, obviously I need to be changing like ASAP, quick. No, but I end up doing the same thing and much more. When you are in sin, or in your shame and guilt and shame and guilt and stuff, you have a funny way of not telling the whole story. So more so of me telling them that I'm depressed and stuff, I should have also said that, hey, by the way, I don't need to meet any new people right now because I met tons of people already. The issue is not them, it's me, but I did. So what I end up saying is, hey, I don't have any friends, blah, blah, blah. I don't have any people to hang out with, this, that, and the third, so I often feel lonely. And that's how I got in my situation where I'm constantly going out. I'm going out, it's like 4 a.m. in the morning. Multiple times my sister has locked me out because I had no business being out there late. We didn't have arguments. I took it as her like trying to pick on me, this, that, and the third, when in all actuality, I'm younger. Obviously, I'm gullible. It's very sensitive right now, and we're not back home where we used to be, okay? We are in Texas where everybody is somebody in. They be snatching people up. There's an Amber Alert on my phone every other week. Like, it's dead serious. So, constantly out, more smoking, more drinking, more, now I'm introduced to the hookah, okay? So this is tobacco now. Now I'm smoking blacks, okay? Now I'm drinking like heck. I get a job and I get an apartment, and I can't even really focus on getting something else because I stopped right there. Like, I'm like, let me figure out somebody else can get this for me or whatnot. I'm looking for that attention again to get the things that I had, the things that I need, instead of working and putting the things towards what I need. Like, I was trying to, I'm seeing people who I claim was sinners because, you know, I was judgmental at the same time. I wanted acceptance, you know, that whole Jezebel thing. So I'm seeing people at the same time who I feel like they shouldn't even be getting blessed because this is what they do. Not knowing that I do the same thing too, and I'm wondering why they getting blessed, this, that, and third. So I'm trying to get their way, but they had their priorities straight. My priorities is purely on attention from other people, and that, when I say this makes me, I really hope somebody's hearing me, because when you are looking to please other people for the attention of yourself, when you are a person dealing with rejection and abandonment, that feeling in you, let me tell you something. You really need to urgently go take that to the altar, take that to someone you trust, take that to your faith, and really pray about it. Because if you don't, it can, what I'm saying, this whole point, it can enter into a world that is just like endless hurt, endless pain, endless whatever. So I can't even get, you know, the necessary, you know, TV, barely food, this and that. I'm making, what, back home we was making maybe $800 a week. I'm here in Texas, so I'm making $1,400, probably even more than that, and I can't even. And my apartment is not that expensive. It's just that I'm trying to do every single thing else other than, you know, do what I'm supposed to be doing, which was get myself together and changing myself and really being in the Word and with God. Can't do that because I'm still trying to be in people's face. So out here, I kind of like, I ran through some people. When I say ran through, I mean like I would, how you say this? I would become friends with a person. When they tell me no, I'll be like, bye, deuces, whatever. Or, you know, online, I'll be this person. Like, when I say ran through people, I really mean like the faces that people seen of me are so different and so multiple and so various that a person could have been introduced to me in this way, and another way, totally different person. A person will remember me a totally different way. All of this to no avail, and I really hurt some people. Like, I really gave them the heartbreak that they wasn't expecting from me. There's so many people that I ghosted because I'm like, I cannot, for the life of me. All the time I just wanted, you know, to have attention and to be doing right, this, that, and the third. I couldn't, for the life of me, keep dragging these people along as if I'm like, you know, the perfect person. I had to change that. So fast forward, I meet the person who was so in love with me back then, and we start talking again to the point where we got into an argument, and the argument was so much more because, like I told you guys, I really dragged him through the mud, made him look crazy out to other people, adults, and all this stuff. And we got in an argument, and he ended up telling me I was selfish and prideful. And baby, that must have hurt my heart like really bad. When he told me that, it was almost like a veil, and something was lifted off my eyes, and my heart was like, it was immediately like squeezed or something. I don't even know how to describe it. Cause I'm like, me? That's not how I wanted to be portrayed. I've always been portraying myself as, you know, humble and, you know, not selfish, you know, caring, all that stuff. But I was only doing that for my own alternative. Is it alternative motive? I think so. I don't know. I was only doing that for my own motive, and when I didn't get my motive, I ran up and out, like left people high and dry. Usually how they left me, but, you know, I was starting to do it to other people, and he told me that, and it was almost like God was telling me, you know, I mean, yeah, you've been wondering why, you know, I can't talk to you, this, that, and the third. It's because your pride's in the way, and you're selfish. And I'm like, pride, what are we talking about? So go look up a video on pride, okay? Because in this moment, it is my time to prove him wrong. I'm not prideful. What are you talking about? This is what pride is. Child, I must have looked at that video, okay? And it was from All Nations, East Chicago or Chicago, one of the two. All Nations, Dr. Matthew Stevenson popped up. I will link the videos below. It was that video and something to do, and God used another video for me. It was focused on, I like psychology. Let's explain it like this. I like psychology. So, he used a video that kind of had like the terms of psychology in it and how he preached it. I was like, first of all, I don't know what this is, but this is exactly what I was going through. But that video about pride, though, he touched on every single thing that I had experienced, every single thing that I had done, every single thing that I had went through. He touched on it. And he touched on every angle that pride can hit and selfishness. And I was like, well, Lord, I must have been the most foolish person out here. It really gave me a perspective of, okay, if you thought you was this is how you really are. Like, it really took that perfection thing off of me. Now, in a minute, I'm like, I'm not perfect. Like, Lord, I don't know nothing. But before, I just thought I knew every single thing, and I thought I knew every single thing that was best for me. And it was crazy because how can I know what's best for me? And I'm not even trying to be me. I'm trying to be every single other person. I'm trying to explain this and not, you know. While this little hiatus of the video, I was looking at Galatians, I forgot what chapter it was, but it's talking about the work of the flesh and then the spirit, and then the fruit of the spirit. And in the work of the flesh, there's something called emulations. And I'm like, what does that mean? Emulations literally means that you're trying to do a similar thing or something like that person, not because you look up to them as someone who motivates you, but more so because you are trying to surpass them and be better than them. And it's kind of like the equivalent when people be like, y'all counted me out, or more so like, I'm trying to prove this person wrong. I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but that's literally what I was doing. I was trying to take other people's persona exactly how they are and do it better than them. And I was always in a way of thinking that, oh, this person is doing this, that, and the third. They think they're better. Still trying to take exactly what they got going on and replicate it. Hopefully somebody think I'm the only one who is doing it. Girl, man, let's fast forward. So when these preachings came on, I was like, I don't know, that whole weekend and that whole week, I think it started Thursday. I was just like, you know what? This needs to get changed, because if this is truly what's going on with me, because I'm gonna link these videos, because honestly, it was like so eye-opening. Some things that I thought I was dealing with, such as just low self-esteem and insecurities, how he put it in perspective. I was like, if this is what this is, and this is why I can't see, and this is why I'm feeling how I'm feeling, that's how I started understanding the difference between condemnation and guilt. Those videos really, truly blessed my life. So in that, I was like, okay, I need to reach out. So I tried to email, text, call them, and I'm thinking, man, these people ain't answering me. They're not answering me fast enough. Not thinking, I'm from a small town. I'm from Mississippi. I'm from a small city, right? And we're in the country. So usually what you're looking at is, yes, your pastor can answer you that night or the following day, because his church really ain't that big anyway, okay? Or, you know, stuff like that. These people are in a bigger city, so of course it's like, you know, they can't answer you right away. So I'm getting impatient. I'm like, they're not gonna answer. These people are frauds. Like, I'm like, you know, very impatient, very just like they were supposed to just, you know, adhere to me at the moment. So that was God really showing myself to me as well. But I'm just like, man, what? So literally 3 days later, I was getting discouraged. Literally 3 days later, I had blew these people up, email, DM the pastor, DM his first lady, DM some other pastors that because I was honestly truly going through. And that third day, God sent me like literally the perfect angel. I cannot, like, perfect angel, Apostle Mama. I hope you see this video, because legit, you are the real MVP, okay? Send me the perfect angel. And I know what I was praying about before, okay? I know what I was praying about before when it came to finding this stuff out. And I know that when I was finding this stuff out and I had prayed for God to, you know, completely change me and help me unlearn what I had learned before to relearn him and truly know who truly is, I was attacked with a bout of anxiety, which God had delivered me from a long time ago. All my family deals with anxiety. So it was starting to come back up again, but it was like very overwhelming. Like, couldn't swallow, couldn't think straight, couldn't do anything. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So in this, I knew that for a fact that I hope I'm telling this correctly or straight. I don't know if I talked to her before, but I knew that every time there's a resistance or something, that there's about to be a great change, and it's going to be a better change, and you're going to be where you're supposed to be. There's going to be dramatic and a beautiful change that God is about to bring you. So talking on the phone to her. Literally, it was like God gave her a transcript to my life, what had just happened. Like, not, you know, the details of it, but what I was praying for and what needed to happen. And even my gifts and callings, something that I had never, you know, experienced. I've never experienced anybody just giving me my gifts and callings just out like that. I've, you know, heard of the gifts that we had, that we can have, and, you know, the callings, but never, okay, this is you, this is you. And especially with the prophetic gift, you hear about it, but a lot of people say, but you never know, because let's be honest, there are a lot of false prophets. There are a lot of people who have duped people into thinking this is that, and it's really not. But to know, to truly feel the comfort and know this is a true, you know, answer from God was amazing. Even after that, following it, the many preachings I listened to after that from this church and just from other churches, there is something called, is it called a Rhema word? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to say wrong stuff, but I'm just going to give it to you how I experienced it. There are certain prophecies that are for you at the moment because it's something that's going to happen that week. And I believe there are prophecies that are for not just, how you say that? I believe prophets give a word one day, and really it's a word that's supposed to prophesy over a people for a lifetime. Okay, that's what I believe. That's what I believe. So every message that I was like legit touching on that week, I would pray about it, and legit there was the message the following Sunday. Or I would pray about it, and oh, they already posted a video about this, let me watch it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It was almost like, okay, I had packaged this church for you a while ago, but you wasn't paying attention, so here it is. So, legit, since then, since that was revealed to me about my pride and my selfishness, I'm not about to sit here and tell y'all that I'm 100% the most rawest, you know, perfect Christian. Because that would just be, you know, that would be lying. I'm not about to sit here and tell y'all that. What I am going to tell you is, since I have said, Christ, I need to learn you for real this time, because I know you'll take care of every single problem. And since I gave everything to him, y'all, the feeling of needing to be validated is like, for what? It's like, what do you need to be validated for? Truly, he has shown me that I've already accepted you, okay? You are of the royal priesthood. You are my child. I father you. So there's no validation when your father has all these riches and he has all these secrets and mysteries he wants to reveal to you. He has this calling and gift on your life. There's no validation you need from someone who is the top CEO, the biggest dog, the one who runs this whole world, the one who runs the stars and the planets, all at the same time, painting the details on the grass, all at the same time, making sure every single person breathes, all at the same time, making sure this baby's hair comes out this color, all at the same time, answering your individual prayer. There is no validation you need from anybody when God is your, when he's up there, when he is your, when he calls the shots, there's no validation you need from anybody. That's just like, people say it all the time, and there's a song, what God has for me, it is for me. When people do that, when people say, okay, you can't get mad because this is my blessing, this, that, and the third. Hello, it's kind of like the same thing. If he has it for you, nobody else, not me, not nobody else can get mad for the blessing that he has for you. It was already with your name on it. If anything, they really get mad at the big CEO, and that's something that I have to realize every day. When you see people getting blessed, what you get mad for, you better rejoice and knowing that God has provided for them, so you know he can provide for you, and you better keep praying blessings over that person's life, because we're supposed to love one another. Like I told y'all, there's always a flip side to this thing. So when you are starting to walk in the validation of trying to get validated by the world, This is where drugs come in. This is where having sex with multiple people, or sex works come in. This is where porn comes in. This is where you know, these different what do you call it, sexual genders and identities come in. This is when all this, you know, weird, I don't want to use the word weird, no, because it's actually normal when you're looking at what the world is. But this is where all this gun violence comes in. This is where all this, that scared the heck out of me. This is where all this music comes in that's just not, you know, this is where all types of stuff comes in. Sometimes we wonder how this person ended up here, how they got here. And it's legit, sometimes we are in the wrong crowd looking for validations. And sometimes it's not all validation. There are different reasons why we end up in a certain situation. But a lot of it, let me give y'all a scripture, 1 second. So 1 John 2:15 and 16 says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. Y'all, look around. Every single thing is built on lust. Every single thing is built on me. This is about me. Every single thing is about pleasing the flesh, no matter what it is. And nobody, we're in a time where legit nobody is understanding the seriousness of loving God and being ready for his return, because every single thing else validates our flesh, validates who we are, validates, you know, our pride and our lust. Every single thing else pleases ourselves, and every single thing we're trying to do every single thing to fill a void in our heart all the time, to give ourselves some type of validation or acceptance in whatever we're feeling. Okay, we got to stop that, because on the opposite end of that, there is no happiness. Trust me, I went down. I can't talk, first of all. I went down what some may say is the minor part of it. But like I said, to every person, something may seem minor to somebody else. But the details of the story, especially the person who actually had to go through it, it is very severe to them. And it is a reminder all the time to them. And my testimony is probably not like somebody else's testimony. I'm actually grateful for my testimony, because if I hear somebody else's testimony about how they wanted validation and acceptance, and it's 2 times worse than mine, I'm going to be like, Lord, thank you, because you shielded me from that. But what I'm saying is that opposite direction of looking for validation and acceptance in a place where the world only cares about itself. You can see it every single place. These people talk about people on the internet, even when they have disabilities or something's wrong with them. They talk about them to a T, and then these people's feelings are hurt and they don't really care. But then when it comes to down their road, or there's an issue, they are expecting people to show them respect or whatnot because of who they are. And when other people don't give it to them, they like, it's weird. We're very selfish, and we're very prideful at the things that we do. Now, don't take this word and say, so you telling me not to have a dream? So you telling me not to be like this? No, absolutely. God has given us gifts. He has given us callings. He has given every single one of us purposes in this life, okay? And he wants us to live our best life in his purpose and in his calling. And it's what we think. I think some of us think that sometimes God is gonna call us to be like a monk, or like someone who has to just sit in the house and like do nothing, and that's not what it is. But we would never know, because we're not tapping into what he wants us to be, because we're worried about, what if I lose this? What if I lose that? What if I lose this? This is pleasing me. This is giving me my validation. This is giving me my acceptance. We're too worried about that. But what God is calling us to is so much greater than what the world has. Do you hear me? I'm gonna post this scripture, but I'm gonna paraphrase it right now. This is my last thing, and then I'm gonna cut out this video, listen to this whole testimony, and clip the important parts, share the important parts, or whatever you think so. I used to think that there was a scripture that says basically that the gate for the righteous is straight and kind of narrow, and then there's a script, and it also says that the road for the wicked is very wide and broad. So I used to be like, Lord, why in the world would you give us a very straight and narrow gate? Like, hello, everybody, how are we gonna fit through this straight and narrow gate? Like, that's very small. Like, what the heck? And these wicked people got this big old broad gate. Like, what in the world? Like, why would you give them all this space? I don't get it. This seems unfair. But a couple days ago, I was thinking, and I feel like he revealed this to me. The gate for the wicked is very broad because the amount of stuff they have to carry. Not just, you know, yourself and, you know, your new hair and your nails and stuff, but also your baggage, your burdens, your sadness, your sins, what you're laden with. You got to carry people that you ain't never once carried before. You got to carry habits and addictions. Not only that, the stuff that you already come with, now you're looking at a broad world and there's more distractions. So as you're going, you're picking up these things. It has to be broad, because where are you going to put the baggage that the enemy has for you? He wants all that baggage on you. That's what we don't see. We think that we just be out of the world, you know, just, oh, it's nothing, it's not the enemy, this is just how the world is, blah, 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 this and that. No, this stuff, the enemy has designed this stuff exactly for you, okay? Why is she screaming this early in the morning? But the enemy has designed this stuff exactly for you. It's broad because he needs you to take all this stuff with you, okay? And he knows you're going to do it, because the more opportunities you have, the more it sees that the road is getting bigger. You can't say, oh, I need to put this back or nothing or something. I need to put this back because I can't get through this. No, he's gonna make that gate broad so you can keep getting distracted by stuff, so you can keep picking up stuff, and so you can keep holding on to things, and you won't have to let anything that pleases your flesh, your heart, whatever it is. Sorry, my storage is full, so I had to get that cleared up just a little bit. But yeah, it's made broad so you can keep every single thing that's hindering you in your flesh, okay? But that gate that's made narrow and straight, listen to the peace in this. P-E-A-C-E, okay? Listen to the peace in this. It's straight and narrow because once you start following after God, all those burdens, all those things, those hardships that you were dealing with, every single thing, you realize it does not matter. There's nothing that can validate you, that can accept you, that you want or need, that matters. And every single burden, every single layer of hurt and, you know, double-mindedness and, you know, heartache, every single thing has to fall off to the point where it's only you, how you walked into this peace, and only your calling, and all of that is in you. God has placed that in you at the beginning, that it's straight and narrow, because all you are looking at is Christ going forward, and all you are is the person standing right there. That's it. No burdens, no nothing of this world is carried with you, okay? Imagine a life where nothing is carried with you, nothing but love and peace and all that stuff. And he feels that up on the inside, okay? He does that on the inside. You feel me? Do you understand? I hope that helps somebody. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. I'm posting this today, y'all. That's another reason why I stayed up, because I'm like, I need to post this video. I start school today, so you know, I got to go ahead and start prioritizing things a little bit better. Pray for me, and I pray for all the students who are going back to school. Keep your head in the game, not in these games these other people are playing with, and don't slack on yourself. The moment you slack, the moment it's gonna look a little haywire. Y'all, I pray this week for y'all is prosperous, okay? I pray a prosperous week, a blessed filled week, a week where God reveals to you the things that he needs to reveal to you, and you accept it. And I pray that we're all ready for his return according to his righteousness, not by our own strength, but by the Spirit of the Lord. Okay, peace out. Bye.